Coming out of it, we got a lot of work, really varied work, good work against each other. I thought one of the things is obvious. It's interesting to have that kind of space out there. It's hard for me. I got to reposition myself as a head coach because it's more spread out than I've ever been. But as I watched with the naked eye, we got a lot of people that can run. We're going to have some competition in both lines of scrimmage, which is good. Some of the younger players displayed that today. Can't wait to watch the tape. I don't think you ever say too much in two areas. One, before you watch tape. Two, when you're in shorts playing football. But the spirit, the intensity was everything we would ask a team to give to this point. So,
how much work did Thomas Sirk get?
He got a lot of work.
How did he look?
I thought he threw the ball exceptionally well, but he's not. When we're not letting him, he's not trying to run full speed, but he threw the ball really well today. He didn't do any of the team periods, as I mentioned today, but makes us to watch the tape and then ask him how he feels tomorrow morning.
You mentioned Quaven Ferguson earlier today. What was he able to do tonight?
He worked a little bit in individual, no team. He'll get better every day. He'll grow confident. Anytime you have a surgery in your knee, you've got to gain a little confidence as it goes along, but he did get a lot of individual work.
You saw Thomas take the ball and kind of like, pitch and run on up the field. How did he look to you?
Oh, good. What I said, I've been watching his rehab, so I knew what to expect. He's not full speed, but his gait is good. He's running with good technique, which is the best thing. That's the best indicator we can get right now. We're not going to let him run full speed.
What do you see from the freshmen, especially Scott Bracey and Dylan Singleton, probably the most?
Well, Scott Bracey had a little hamstring about halfway through practice. I thought he had a good start, but again, to say much about a freshman after one practice is just about impossible at this time. I do know as a class, and I knew this coming in, there's some people that can run, there's some size, there's a lot of talent in that freshman class, a lot of talent.
From what you know from recruiting him, how do you compare Dylan Singleton to his brother DeAndre? Are the games similar?
I didn't watch Dylan a lot today, and then DeAndre's matured so much now physically, bigger, stronger. But I know I've watched Dylan for a long time. Dylan's a great athlete, and the other part of it is all those freshmen are still learning what to do, which puts them in a little slower mode than everyone else.
Do you think the hamstring's going to keep Scott out for a little bit? Or
I would not expect him to practice tomorrow, but we'll see, where it's headed. But that's just a gut. Anytime you see a young player with a hamstring on the first day, that concerns you about when you can really get them back. The worst thing you can do is bring a hamstring back too quickly, and I'm not going to do that. I want it to be a season-long problem.
You've talked a lot about maturity with this team. Did you see anybody step up today in terms of leadership?
There were a lot of our upperclassmen, older guys, a lot of them. I heard them. I heard Joe Ajibi, and Jalay and Sean Wilson in the backfield. I heard all those folks in the secondary that are veteran players. I heard some of our people up front that have been around a little more vocal, and certainly Thomas and Parker. Both guys that are mature. Again, it's going to be when it's really hot and when there's pads on and you got to play full speed. When there's a difference in loading your body and running. And when you put pads on, you load the body, and that's when you find out if you're mature enough to play as hard as you got to play to win at this level.
Sean had a really good bowl game for you, Sean Wilson. How has his offseason been? What kind of work has he gotten done? And is he more prepared to even handle the ball even more this year, maybe?
Sean Wilson has had the best offseason he's had by far, maybe by 5 times better than anything he's done. He's stronger, he's faster. I don't want to jinx him, but he's always had camp injuries. And, I think he's determined, and some of them are freak, but I think he's determined to get in his body to where he can get past that, and that will be exciting for him. I hope that happens. He deserves it because of how hard he's worked.